Hello guys, welcome all. I am Mrs. Sarla, an assistant professor of Dr. Viren Sarouf Institute of Professional Studies, Kanpur. Today I am going to discuss on the comparative study of classical and operant conditioning theory, which has very important theories. I will discuss in this video the difference only between both the theories. When we will see the comparison, then both theories will be clear to you all. If you want to study these theories separately, I will send the separate videos too of these theories. Okay, let's start. Classical conditioning theory. It was propounded by Russian famous psychologist Ivan P. Pavlov. His full name was Ivan Petrovich Pavlov. Actually, he was a renowned physiologist. He was awarded with the Nobel Prize for his work. Operant conditioning. It was propounded by an American psychologist and behaviorist B.F. Skinner, his full name was Burrhus Frederick Skinner. He was the professor of psychology at Harvard University and he is regarded as the father of operant conditioning. Pavlov experimented on dog, and in this theory the essence of learning is stimulus substitution. Means he explained how an organism's behavior becomes paired with some stimuli in the environment. Means when a natural stimulus is presented before organism, he responds, and when an artificial stimulus is presented with natural, then he behaves or responds the same, जैसा कि वह natural stimulus के साथ कर रहा था. In contrary, Skinner experimented on rats or pigeons, etc. And in this theory, the essence of learning is response modification. Skinner believed that the behavior of the organism happens first. He responds firstly, and after the correct responses, stimulus is given to him. I tell you in short their experiments now. Pavlov especially built soundproof laboratory and designed an apparatus that could measure the amount of saliva of the dog. He believed that the unconditional stimulus, means food, would naturally produce unconditional response, means salivation in the dog. This kind of response is referred as unlearned or natural reflex action. But further to say that when unconditional stimulus is paired with the conditional stimulus, sound of bell, एक condition जब जोड़ दी गई unconditional stimulus के साथ, food के साथ, the dog would produce salivation. This is what he called the conditioning stage. Finally, he produced conditional stimulus, means ringing the bell alone. He noticed that dog gave conditioned response, means salivation. This stage of learning could be referred to learnt behavior, means उसने व्यवहार करना सीख लिया. In contrary, Skinner placed a hungry rat in a box that is called Skinner box. The box contained a lever on the side wall. Initially, the rat made random movements in the Skinner box. As the rat started moving and jumping in the box, it would accidentally knock the lever. अचानक से उसका पैर या हाथ उस lever पर दब जाता है and food pellet would drop into a container next to the lever. The rat quickly learned to go straight to the lever. Skinner recorded the time again and again. Now the time taken by the rat to pull the lever reduced, and finally the rat learned the art of pressing the lever without any unnecessary movements. Means बिना किसी wrong movements के rat ने learning सीख ली या वो process lever को press करना सीख लिया. And after that stimulus present किया गया उसके आगे as a reinforcement. So in classical conditioning, there are three stages to present the stimulus for learning behavior. First is before conditioning. Pavlov gave UCS, means unconditional stimulus of food, and dog response, means salivates. सेकेंड स्टेज इज ड्यूरिंग कंडीशनिंग. जब पावलव ने CS मीन्स बेल के साथ UCS या फूड दिया, ही पेयर्ड CS विद UCS, देन ऑल्सो डॉग सलाइवेट्स. After conditioning, when this process repeated again and again, then dog salivates only after ringing the bell, means after giving CS only. Skinner's experiment. Stimulus is unknown. अभी उसका कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, जाना पहचाना नहीं है. He actually believed that organism acts first, he gets active without any desire, and after that stimulus is given as reinforcement. Skinner introduced a new term, reinforcement. What is reinforcement? Whatever we give for a desirable behavior, means the probability of the repetition of certain responses is increased. That is called reinforcement. जब हमें desirable response repeat करानी होती है, उसे reinforcement कहा जाता है या दिया जाता है. Skinner said that the behavior which is reinforced tends to be repeated or becomes stronger, or the behavior which is not reinforced tends to extinguish or becomes weaker. अर्थात एज अ रिवॉर्ड जो reinforcement दिया जाता है, जो पुनर्बलन दिया जाता है, जैसे हम एक छोटे बच्चे को कहते हैं कि ये काम कर दो, अगर काम करके आ जाता है तो एज अ रिवॉर्ड और reinforcement उसे हम एक चॉकलेट देते हैं, तो आगे से कभी काम करने की जो प्रवृत्ति होती है वो हमारी बढ़ जाती है. Classical conditioning theory is also called type S conditioning, because here our learning depends on the known stimulus. एक ऐसा उद्दीपक जिसे हम जानते हैं, as in this theory food and bell. In this theory Pavlov correlated two stimulus and desired response he got after giving paired stimulus. And Skinner's theory is called also type R conditioning. In this theory, organism does not know any type of stimulus. He does action or response first. Means इसमें अभी organism को stimulus का पता नहीं है और वह केवल और केवल response करता है. Response depends on a stimulus in classical conditioning theory. Means जो UCS दिया जाता है, अनकंडीशनल स्टिमुलस दिया जाता है, दैट इज विट इज फूड, उसको देखकर अनकंडीशनल रिस्पॉन्स होती है. एंड व्हेन CS इज गिवन विद UCS, मींस बेल को जब फूड के साथ दिया जाता है, देन अगेन ही रिस्पॉन्ड्स सेम, सलाइवेशन करने लगता है. इन ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग रिस्पॉन्स इज वॉलंटरी. In this theory, responses are voluntary or spontaneous, means as to problem or situation he behaves or responds accordingly with his or her desire, and when he got success then he responds again. Classical conditioning theory is based on law of associative shifting, means a type of bondage or association is made between stimulus and response, or between CS and UCS. यानी UCS के साथ जब डॉग सलाइवेशन करने लगता है और CS को भी जब दिया जाता है, धीरे धीरे वह CS के साथ भी सलाइवेशन करने लगता है, then there is a bond or association is seen between both of them. Operant conditioning is based on the law of effect of Thorndike. If we are satisfied to do any task or work, means प्रभाव अच्छा है और हमें stimulus as a reinforcement मिल रहा है, then we will do that work or task or response again and again. It is called respondent conditioning. This type of conditioning or behavior occurs in the form of reflexes. Means when response is done to see a stimulus, as blinking of eyes on exposure to light in the front of in the form of reflexes. In Pavlov's theory, respondent behavior is occurred. In contrary, Skinner's conditioning theory is called operant conditioning, when stimulus is unknown or given as a reinforcement. Means after successful response, stimulus is given. This type of behavior occurred in Skinner's theory. So these are the major points of both the theories. Okay, I think now these theories are clear to you all. If you have any doubt, ask me personally. I will explain. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Hello guys.